Suga considered quitting his career. Jungkook admits he didn't write his own songs. Undisclosed revelations about V's father, and K-pop might be dying. At a press conference on May 31st, Ador's CEO, Hee Jin, addressed the media following an extraordinary shareholders meeting earlier that day. She expressed relief over a recent victory in a legal case, noting this was a key reason for the press event. She wanted to share her perspectives on the situation that had unfolded. Hee Jin acknowledged the support she received during what she described as one of her life's toughest periods. She was grateful to friends, supporters, and even strangers who showed concern for her well-being. Although she faced criticism, she was overwhelmed by gratitude. During this emotional moment, she shed tears. As both the president of a HYBE label's subsidiary and CEO of Ador, Hee Jin faced a conflict of interest between these roles. She defended Ador against accusations of embezzlement, firmly stating her commitment to her duties as CEO. She felt vindicated after these accusations were cleared, having filed and won an injunction to prevent unfair criminalization based on mere allegations. She highlighted that her focus was never on personal gain, but on her responsibilities and vision for the company. Hee Jin emphasized her future plans, particularly with the pop group NewJeans, underscoring her commitment to realizing the vision she had created with them. She was willing to forego financial benefits for this cause. She also touched on the challenges of maintaining focus on upcoming projects, such as a concert in Tokyo Dome and a world tour due to the recent conflicts. She appealed to the media and public to allow her to continue her work with NewJeans, mentioning how the dispute had adversely affected both her and the group's members. She expressed a desire to start afresh and return to her responsibilities. Regarding the dismissal of 2 Ador board members during the shareholders meeting, she believed they would still contribute to the company, emphasizing their importance to Ador. Hee Jin proposed reconciling with HYBE, clarifying that she did not initiate the dispute, but wished to remain Ador's CEO to continue working on planned projects with NewJeans, which she believed would not result in losses to any party. She admitted the situation had also taken an emotional toll on her. On the morning of May 31st, an important board meeting of shareholders was conducted at Ador, a subsidiary of HYBE Labels. During this meeting, HYBE Labels introduced 3 new board members to Ador: Kim Joo-young, who serves as the Chief Human Resources Officer, Lee Jae-sang, the Chief Security Officer, and Lee Kyung-jun, the Chief Financial Officer. The meeting also marked a significant change in the board's composition as 2 existing members, Vice President Shin and Director Kim, were officially removed. These individuals were previously known for their support of CEO Hee Jin during an internal conflict within the company. Just a day before this board meeting, on May 30th, the 50th Civil Affairs Division of the Seoul Central District Court had ruled in favor of CEO Hee Jin. The court approved the injunction she filed, which aimed to secure her position as CEO of Ador against challenges from HYBE Labels. In response to the court's decision, HYBE Labels issued a statement. They summarized that they respect the court's decision and assured that any further actions they take will adhere to legal boundaries. The original quote from HYBE Labels was, "We respect the decision made by the court and assure that we will proceed with follow-up procedures which fall within the boundaries of the law." This series of events reflects ongoing adjustments within Ador's leadership and highlights the legal protections being sought and granted in corporate disputes, emphasizing a commitment to lawful resolution from all parties involved. The recent court ruling prevents HYBE from forcing Ador to hold a shareholders meeting that could potentially be used to remove Hee Jin from her position. As a result of this court ruling, it is expected that Min will continue her role at Ador. Following the injunction, HYBE's Park Ji-won addressed the company's executives via an internal email about the court's decision. He mentioned that the court had prohibited shareholders from voting on the dismissal of Ador's CEO. Park Ji-won reassured that HYBE would comply with the court's directives. He stated in the email, "You have probably already heard the news through the press, but the decision was made to ban shareholders from exercising their voting rights regarding Ador's CEO's dismissal. Our company will follow the court's orders." Previously, Park Ji-won had sent another internal email to the executives shortly after an audit of Ador began on the 23rd of the previous month, explaining the rationale for the audit. The court noted that Hee Jin had diminished HYBE's influence over Ador by stepping beyond HYBE's limits with NewJeans and had pressured HYBE to sell its shares in Ador. Park expressed in his email that HYBE planned to adhere to all legal requirements moving forward. In addition, Park Ji-won pledged in his communication to ensure that the efforts of the company's staff would not be wasted. He called for continued dedication and reassured that the company would protect the value of its intellectual property and the achievements of its team members. His words were, "We will carry out the best measures we can so that the hard work of our employees who have trusted the company will not be in vain. We ask everyone to continue working unwaveringly and not worry. We will do our best so that the value of our IP and the achievements of our members are not damaged." This situation drew criticism from netizens towards Park Ji-won, particularly regarding his comments about hard work, when some perceived that he himself was not fulfilling his duties adequately. K-pop's financial landscape might look prosperous at a glance, with South Korea's pop industry having a notable year in 2023. The four major agencies achieved record-breaking revenues from album sales and streaming. However, despite these achievements, the same companies have experienced a significant decrease in their market value since last June. A key factor contributing to this downturn is the absence of BTS, the leading icons of K-pop, who are currently fulfilling their mandatory military service for at least 18 months. This gap in their presence has coincided with a decline in the sales of compact discs, starting mid-year. While the decline of a seemingly outdated medium like CDs might be overlooked globally, it remains significant in South Korea. For instance, last year, JYP Entertainment reported that a vast majority of its recorded music sales came from physical media. K-pop enthusiasts typically purchase CDs in large numbers upon release to boost the first week sales figures, a critical indicator of a band's success. Additionally, there has been a notable decrease in album exports to China since last June, with no full recovery in sight, according to Korean customs data. Although BTS's absence is a notable factor, it's not the sole reason for the industry's challenges. HYBE has attempted to mitigate this by having BTS members work on solo projects that will be released during and after their military service. Nonetheless, analysts from HSBC suggest that inflation is a primary issue, causing fans to reduce spending, which might extend the decline in physical sales into the end of 2024. HYBE faces other challenges beyond BTS's hiatus. The company is currently embroiled in a dispute over the ownership of its breakout girl group, NewJeans, with its subsidiary, Adore. The return of BTS next year is unlikely to resolve these broader issues. The industry will need to adapt by more fully embracing music streaming, adjusting release schedules disrupted by military conscription, and expanding further into international markets like the US and Japan to fortify itself. On January 10th, an episode of MBC's Radio Star featured a discussion about BTS member V and his father. During the show, host Kim Goo-ra shared that he and V's father reside in the same neighborhood. This detail was later echoed by a Twitter user, who noted that V's father once gave Kim Goo-ra's daughter a pocket allowance, a gesture warmly received by BTS fans who admire the kindness shared within the singer's family. Lee Geum-hee, during her appearance, expressed her connection to BTS as a member of their fanbase, ARMY. She voiced her mixed feelings about all 7 members of BTS serving in the military, emphasizing the strong bond and trust that persist among the fans and the band despite their absence. Kim Goo-ra recounted an interesting anecdote during the show, revealing that V's father is not only his neighbor, but had also generously given his daughter some pocket money, a common gesture of affection and goodwill in Korean culture. He humorously noted, I know V's father. We live in the same neighborhood. He even gifted some money to my daughter." Further, he commented on the local reputation of V's father, mentioning that there are rumors about the substantial support V provides to his father. Kim Goo-ra shared, "Yeah, well, lots of words about him go around our neighborhood. I'm not sure if it's true, but apparently, V gave a large sum of cash to his father and said, 'Dad, take some rest now, don't work anymore.'" Kim Goo-ra also highlighted V's father's talents, noting his proficiency in golf, pool, and singing. These skills, especially in golf, resonate with BTS fans since V has previously mentioned his father's influence on his own interest in the sport. The BTS ARMY reacted positively to these new insights into V's family, especially given their usual privacy. Fans took to social media to express their enthusiasm and share their thoughts about the familial traits and hobbies that influence the popular singer. V also shared intimate details about his family and personal life on the TV show You Quiz on the Block. During the episode, V discussed his decade-long career as a K-pop idol, his upcoming solo debut, and his childhood, revealing that he was raised by his grandmother for about 16 years. V recalled fond memories with his grandmother, explaining that as a child he would sleep next to her every night, holding a pen and imagining it was a sword, leading to humorous incidents where they both woke up covered in pen marks. He shared this anecdote, which included a playful reprimand from his grandmother, expressed by her exclamation of dismay. Additionally, V recounted another childhood memory, where he often consumed all the bottles of a local energy drink his grandmother kept for guests, which led to more scoldings. Tragically, V's grandmother passed away while he was touring overseas. He expressed his sorrow during the show, lamenting that his grandmother couldn't see how much he had grown and the success he had achieved. He shared that he keeps her memory alive in a special place in his heart and speaks to her at her cemetery, telling her about his life and career developments, hoping his achievements would reach her spiritually. V also opened up about his family dynamics during the show. He mentioned his siblings, a sister, and a brother, with whom he doesn't communicate frequently. Despite their infrequent contacts, they make it a point to celebrate their parents' birthdays together. He also shared a touching reflection on the praise and advice he received from his father after being seen on television. His father often repeated a phrase that underscored the enduring importance of family, telling him, "The only thing left will be our family." This heartfelt episode not only gave fans a deeper insight into V's personal life and relationships, but also highlighted the significant influence his grandmother had on him, shaping the person and artist he is today. In a heartfelt conversation on his talk show, Suga, alongside guest comedian Jo Seho, opened up about the profound emotional toll the pandemic took on him personally and professionally. Suga shared an intimate glimpse into his struggles during the cancellation of BTS's concerts, a period that brought him to tears in front of his parents for the first time. Suga candidly recounted the emotional distress he experienced, revealing that he had cried himself to sleep and even spent nights with his parents due to his heartbreak. He confessed to Jo Seho that this period was marked by significant stress, which led to him losing weight as he grappled with thoughts of potentially quitting his career in music. During the discussion, Suga also reflected on his role within BTS. He expressed admiration for his bandmates, highlighting their exceptional stage presence and talent, particularly singling out Jungkook as a genius. He humbly admitted to feeling more at ease watching their performances from behind, emphasizing his contentment with supporting his fellow members and allowing them to shine. He further shared, "When I am part of the team, I didn't want to be in the center for a long time. The other members are so much better at performing than I am. I still think they are better on stage than me. It's easier for me to tune myself to them. I feel more comfortable watching from behind, because not everyone can come in first. What matters is how much I love what I do and whether people recognize that. That's how I am with the team. I know they are better, so I want them to have more opportunities. Not everyone can be born a genius like Jungkook." Reflecting on his early days and the challenges of sudden fame, Suga shared insights into his journey, beginning from working in a studio in Daegu at age 17, to debuting with BTS at 21, and facing newfound recognition at 23. He elaborated on the difficulty of managing expectations, both personal and from his family, during these transformative years. The emotional and logistical challenges reached a peak when the Map of the Soul tour was first postponed and then canceled by Big Hit Music in August 2021 due to the pandemic. The official statement from Weverse noted, "Due to changing circumstances beyond our control, it has become difficult to resume performances at the same scale and timeline as previously planned. Therefore, we must announce the cancellation of the BTS Map of the Soul tour." Suga's revelations not only provided a deeper understanding of his personal struggles during an unprecedented global crisis, but also highlighted the resilience and camaraderie within BTS, showcasing how they navigated these testing times together. Social media is buzzing with excitement over BTS members Jungkook and Jimin as they undertake their military service together. Fans are celebrating the duo's close bond, which has been highlighted by an acquaintance of a fellow trainee who reported on their strong camaraderie. Known for their friendship, Jungkook and Jimin enlisted side by side under the buddy system, sticking together constantly throughout their military duties. The story gained more detail with accounts of their activities during training. It was reported that during a training race, Jimin finished in third place. Unfortunately, Jungkook could not participate due to an injury, but was supported by Jimin, who took the opportunity to engage with other trainees, further showcasing his friendly and caring nature. The friendship between the two was visually confirmed by a viral photo, showing them engaged in conversation and smiling together, underlining the strength of their relationship, even in challenging circumstances. Jimin and Jungkook started their military service on December 12, 2023, and completed their 5-week basic training by January 15th. Big Hit Music released photos from their graduation ceremony, which featured Jimin with his father and Jungkook with his fellow trainees, celebrating their achievements. Jimin's commitment and performance during training were particularly noteworthy. He was recognized as an exemplary trainee by the Chief of Division and named the best trainee in his unit. His exceptional dedication earned him an early promotion and a 4-night vacation to spend at his home base, an accolade that highlights his impressive adaptability and leadership qualities during his initial military training. Jungkook has released his debut solo album titled Golden, which has quickly garnered positive reviews from prominent music critics. Despite the acclaim, some have noted Jungkook's absence from the songwriting credits, sparking discussions about his role in the creative process. In a recent interview with The Atlantic, Jungkook addressed why he chose to work with professional songwriters such as Andrew Watt, Kirkut, Major Lazer, and Ed Sheeran, instead of writing the album himself. He shared that his views on music creation have evolved, recognizing his strengths and limitations. Jungkook explained that he previously thought artists should write their own music, but he has since accepted that he doesn't need to do everything himself. He stated, "As I grew up, I came to terms with reality and started accepting what I'm not good at or what I don't have to do." Jungkook elaborated that at this point in his life, he didn't feel compelled to write songs as he had no personal message he wished to convey through Golden. He questioned the necessity of investing time in composing music from scratch when it did not resonate with his current state of mind. He remarked, "At this moment, there's nothing I want to write about, so I was thinking, do I really need to invest my time into creating a song from the beginning to the end?" Instead of songwriting, Jungkook focused on contributing vocally to the album, experimenting with new singing techniques and refining his performance skills. During a live broadcast on Weverse following the album's release, he reiterated his lack of current personal themes to write about, questioning, "Is it because I'm simple?" He admitted that he struggles to translate his worries or frustrations into poetry, something he admires in his bandmates RM, J-Hope, and Suga, who excel at songwriting. Jungkook also mentioned that when he does write, his lyrics tend to revolve around BTS's fanbase, ARMY, which he finds fulfilling. His previous compositions for BTS and his unofficial releases, including songs like Still With You, Magic Shop, and My You, are predominantly dedicated to fans. This strategic choice to utilize his vocal strengths and collaborate with established songwriters for Golden has not gone unnoticed, as the album has received widespread acclaim, reflecting Jungkook's maturing approach to his music career.